Hello Libra, and welcome back to New Hope Tarot, where we will be doing your second half of March special message. Let's see what the Spirit has today for you, what your special message is. I have meditated upon your cards and I have pre-shuffled. And as always, I go ahead and shuffle live. We're going to get 2 oracle cards and then we're going to work with the tarot. Let's see what we have going on here for you, my dear Libra. What is your special message for the second half of March? Oh, there it goes. You deserve love. You are lovable. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards. And the reason why it is because this card always reminds me of Brave, where Merida takes the bow and arrow and she wants to fight for her own hand. She's like, I will fight for my own. I don't know what she says, but it just reminds me of that. And even the card has a female with long curly hair, not red like Merida, but either way, you can just see the determination in this person's face. And I feel like that's where you are. Like, you are so determined to not just to make something happen, but to hit the mark. But I feel like you want to hit the right mark. I don't feel like you want to just have anybody in your life. I feel like this is really about something that you want. And this doesn't necessarily have to be with love. I understand that the oracle card says you deserve love, but anybody knows that listens to this channel that I don't always take what the words are. I pay attention to the full message and I pay attention to the imagery that's on the card. And in this particular case, what I'm seeing is that this is something that you are just wanting. It could be business. It could be love. It could be a certain position at your place of business, whatever this is. Maybe a specific house that you want to move into or whatever that is. It's like you're taking matters into your own hands. Wow, I don't know where this came from, but Spirit just gave me, if you're trying to get pregnant and you're not married, this is saying this could even be about you trying to get pregnant on your own. Like going to like a fertility and you know, like freezing your eggs and you're like, I'm going to do this. Or I could adopt, or I can do whatever it is I want if this is something that I want. So that is very, very specific. So take that for what it is, you guys, okay? And then the second oracle card is stretch. May you extend your reach. Yeah, in both of these cards, what I'm seeing is that you're beyond capable of whatever it is you put your mind to. I see that you're incredibly focused. You are incredibly determined to make something happen, regardless of what the extent, how far you have to extend your reach. It's like you don't care how far-fetched it sounds to other people. You're like, I don't really care. This is what I'm doing. And there we are. We have the Fool. Oh, the other card just came out. King of Cups in reverse. And one more card. The 5 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is the fact that you have no problem starting anew. You have no problems jumping into something that you feel is right, that is right for your specific path. I don't feel like you listen to the advice of others with this King of Cups in reverse. You pay attention to your own inner guidance is what I'm seeing here with this King of Cups in reverse. And with the Five of Cups, I'm just seeing like you're moving forward, like you are accepting this, and you're like, you know what, I can do this. I know that I've gone through some troubled times, and who hasn't? I feel like that's that's just how you see things. You're like, you know what, I've gone through some tough times, but who hasn't? But I feel like you're just like, you know what, it's fine. I'm gonna pick up the pieces and I'm gonna move forward. That's what I'm seeing here. And I feel like in your mind, I feel like you fluctuate sometimes, even though you're so determined. I feel like sometimes you doubt yourself. I'm seeing like, I don't know, maybe. And then you're like, no. And then you're like, yeah. And I feel like you're going back and forth. And this is, I feel like those ideas are coming because of those around you that always like try to give advice in an area that they don't know, that maybe they're just not, the people to be giving advice in this particular situation. So for instance, these are single parents. These are people that don't have children, and you want children, for instance. I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm just saying that that's the first thing that came to my mind. And these people are saying, oh, you're going to lose your freedom, you're going to lose this, and blah, 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 right? And that's probably what it starts sounding like to you, because you're like, oh my gosh, I've heard this already, leave me alone. But I feel like even though these people mean well, and even though you try to block them, I feel like some of that still kind of seeps in. Do you know what I mean? We have the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups. Well, look at there. Listen. The Hierophant is about learning, knowledge. I love the Hierophant. The Hierophant's probably a top card for me, because this is about taking things into your own hands, learning about it, and doing things the way you want to. Yes, this card is also about doing things traditionally, blah blah blah. But in this particular case, I feel like you are a traditional person that throws caution to the wind with the Fool card here, and say, you know what, I have the knowledge of fill in the blank, whatever it is. For instance, you having a child without being married, whatever that looks like. You understand, what all the possible potentials are, and you've weighed all the pros and cons, and you're still going to move forward. Like, you have the knowledge, and then you make your decision based on the knowledge that you find, not the knowledge or the advice that others give you. I shouldn't say knowledge of others, but I should say advice of others, because not everybody has the knowledge. Everybody has opinions and advice to give, but they don't, always fit your specific needs. Even if two people go through a similar situation, it doesn't mean that that experience is the same for either person, right? Because one person could be, could be of a specific character and see it through a different set of eyes, versus the other person that might have a completely different character than the first person, and they feel it differently and they see it through a different set of eyes, right? We all have different histories, therefore how we perceive something is going to be different and unique to ourselves, because not all of us have lived the exact same life, okay? It could be similar, but not exact same. With this Queen of Cups, I feel like you're going to move forward and you're going to fill your own emotional cup. Like, you're going to take matters into your own hands. That's what I'm seeing here. And I love that for you, because that means that you're listening to yourself. You're choosing to do what makes you happy with this "you deserve love" card. I told you, in this card, this is to me about you being focused and determined to get something that you want, you feel you deserve, period. And with this stretch card, it felt like you were like, and even in both cards, I feel like this is you just going to certain extents and just to get whatever it is you want. Like, you're like, I don't care what it is or how it is I get there, get a child. If I can't do in vitro and fertilization and I can't get somebody, to carry the baby for me, maybe I will adopt, maybe I will do this, maybe I will foster, maybe I'll do whatever it is. It's like you know that you want to be a parent. However, the traditional way and the traditional method doesn't necessarily fit your mold, because maybe you can't have them for whatever reason. Maybe you're older, maybe you just can't carry a child, whatever that is. And this Queen of Cups is saying, I'm going to get it. However it is, I have to get it. I'm going to get it. And victory. I will achieve it, and I'm going to fill my own cup. I'm not saying that that's your specific scenario. That's just an example, okay? This doesn't have to be with, you having a child. This could be about you obtaining a certain position within your company, and you want to reach, the finance department, let's just say, as an example, or human resources, but you don't have the degree for that. But for whatever reason, that's what your focus is. Like, no, I deserve that position. I know I would be great at that position. I'm going to do it. And I feel like you go and study, and you take and I'm not saying that you have to take an expensive course. You can take courses online, that are free. You can, watch YouTube channels to see how you can relate to people, in a specific way for a human resource department. And I feel like you take a chance and reach out to your supervisor and say, you know what, I would really love the opportunity to do this human resources department. I think I would be really great at it. And even though other people are like, oh, you don't have the experience, blah, 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 and all this nonsense, right? And you're like, I don't care. This is my goal. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get there. And, maybe you don't take an online course. Maybe you go and reach out to, somebody that that did work in human resources, and you reach out to them and say, hey, listen, can you tell me a little bit about this position? What are the pros? What are the cons? What can I expect? What should I brush up on in order to gain this position? Right? That's what I'm seeing here. Again, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're trying to get a human resource position. This doesn't necessarily mean that this is about you being with, getting a child. These are just examples. Now, if it's within your position or not, or your life, that's a completely different story. But that's what I'm seeing here. You want something is the overall goal. You want something, and you're going to get it, and you're going to challenge yourself to really get the knowledge to work your way through there. So now, or to that position, now we're going to get a third oracle card, and this is going to be advice. The wildling. Yeah. You're going to do things your own way, period. End of story. I mean, and this is saying with the wildling here is continue to challenge yourself. Continue. And then we have the Hierophant in reverse. I love this. By the way, we have 5, 5, 5. So the Hierophant is the number 5 card. And 5 is about change, right? So to me, you're definitely going to get this position. But the Hierophant in reverse is about doing things a little not traditional, right? And initially you had the Hierophant right side up, which is about knowledge and gaining the knowledge and, you know, wanting something traditionally. So it's about being in the instance about being a mom, you know, the traditional thing is to be a mom, right? But, you know, let's say that you can't, you know, for whatever reason. This Hierophant in reverse is saying, do things a little differently. That's okay. As is the Wildling card. In unison, these two are saying, keep doing the things that you want to do. Do things a little radical. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying go crazy. You know, please don't, please don't do that. Yeah, after all, you are responsible for yourself. So this is saying, if this is something that you truly want, sometimes you have to fight for what it is you want in an unconventional way, right? So again, for instance, if this is HR, that HR position, and, you know, they're looking for a certain degree, which you do not have, this is saying, you know what, I'm capable of doing this position without that degree. I'm going to find a way to learn about this position and all the ins and outs and prove myself that I could get that position. And you know what, this is even saying, you know what, if I can't get it within the company that I work with, I'm going to get it elsewhere. You know, so again, take it how it resonates, but this is saying do things a little unconventionally, whatever unconventional means for you, right? Things are going to be different for everybody. You know, for me, unconventional is not having my cup of coffee in the morning. You know, that's odd for me, but for others, it's like, well, I don't drink coffee, so it's, you know, that's not unconventional for me. You know, I know that that's a silly example, but either way, what I'm trying to say here is do things that are unconventional for you. If this is what you want, Spirit is saying, fight for it, go after it, do things unconventionally, and you're going to get there. All right? That was your message for the second half of March. My dear Libras, I hope you have I can speak. Oh my goodness. I hope you have yourself an amazing rest of your day. Good golly. Have a great one. Bye.